Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the No Quitters podcast, the best MTV The Challenge podcast in the universe. I am your host, Clem. I am joined by JJ and Connor, the Alliance, two dickheads that share this lovely podcast with me. How are we doing, fellas?
Well, I don't know if you can see really well, but my forehead is a fucking joke right now.
Yeah, it is.
The sun won again this last weekend.
The fucking sun. The fucking sun.
The fucking sun. Still undefeated.
And I smoked drugs before this.
Yes. Let JJ cook, baby.
Yeah, then we're in good shape. Let's do this.
So this is like almost the first podcast of the season where we're just breaking down the episodes. We had a bevy of guests go through Barcel HQ. We had some more stable than others, for sure, but I think two decent podcasts as a completely unbiased person.
As an unbiased person, does Tony need an intervention?
As an unbiased person, Tony, I've seen that look in friends' eyes in college, and those friends needed help. And we all laugh at Tony, and like we keep it pretty loose on this podcast. We try to have fun. Like, someone got to help that dude out, man, because that is like, this is the thing though. Like, we love Drunk Tony on the challenge, and this is one of those things where it's like you have to separate reality from
Clem. It was like on a Wednesday.
Yeah, on a Wednesday, JJ.
I have another point of view.
Of course you do.
Who gives a shit? He's actually living his best life. He has no skills. It's not like he's going to sober up and become great at Excel. Like, this is it. This is it. Shoot your shot. Live it like fucking Mickey Mantle. Be the Mickey Mantle of the fucking challenge.
Well, see, in order to be the Mickey Mantle, though, he would have to continuously win and excel at the challenge, which he does not.
So the challenge is out there. Now he knows what he's got to improve. Everything.
Yeah.
He has
but stay really fucked up.
Is he older than 27? Because isn't that the magical year? Like, as long as he's older than 27, because if not, there it is. That's the number. You die at 27 if you're fucking off the rails like this. I don't know, man.
You could tell me Tony's 22 or an amazing 32, and I'd believe it.
Yeah,
100%.
I would agree with that. Absolutely. No, I think, Clem, the age is 33. That was like John Belushi.
No, 27. It's
27.
Chris Farley.
27's all the famous musicians and all that
27.
shit.
Okay.
Everyone was happy. Everyone's worried about Bieber.
Oh, Jesus, Bieber. Okay, so back to the challenge. I don't know. We kind of touched it on our last podcast. The challenge is back. This was getting back to the old challenge, guys. I was not very happy with it. The
actual challenge was stupid.
It was just hitting people with tomatoes, and if it caused them to fall, like, did I miss something there, or is that literally what the challenge was?
No, so they're sitting on a wall with like a sloped edge, and over time, the whole structure would tilt forward little by little. So eventually, they would all fall off. But to add to it, you could get shot in the fucking puss with a tomato.
They should have let him shoot something else. Water balloons. Maybe rocks. I don't know. I think that would have been more fun for everybody.
The Rotten Tomatoes was a weird move. But, like, I don't hate it.
No, but I also feel like there's probably people in Cartagena, Colombia, who could have used those tomatoes.
Yeah, there's the problem.
Oh, God. What are we making a list of people I don't give a shit about tonight? Jesus Christ. Cartagena, Colombia could have used those old rotten tomatoes. Jesus Christ. That's like donating Vienna sausages to a can drive around the holidays. Get out of here.
That's fair.
Now, all right, so I don't want to bury the lead here. Let's talk about it. We had the many-face god come back. Nicole is back. She's like on phase 3 already. And not only is she back, she's back with our boy JJ. The hottest romance in reality TV / podcasting is back on.
Yeah, we are. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I was, when you know you're gonna see an ex, and you're like, what's gonna happen? But like it's like a day drinking event. You guys are obviously gonna hook up. You're gonna go home with her. That's what just happened with me and Nicole on Twitter. Like, I just let her know, hey, you win. I'm proud of you. She sends me back the kissy faces. Boom, we're back, baby.
Yeah, that's very true. That is definitely something that happens. I have a buddy ran into an ex at a day drinking event. Came by the pool party we were all at. 9 months later, kid popped out. So it happens.
Yeah, we might get like a third account, a third Twitter account between the two of us in 9 months.
Yo,
that's what might happen.
Seeing her tweet those emojis at you gave me like butterflies in my stomach. Like I've been dating my wife or have been with my wife for so long. Emojis weren't even a thing when we started dating. Like the iPhone wasn't even a thing when we started dating. Like AOL Instant Messenger was like our ways of flirting at each other. So those smiley faces, seeing her shoot those smiley faces at you, dude, that was something. Did MJ hear about that?
I mean, she's sitting next to me, so
she's following you on Twitter.
This whole thing. I don't know that she saw that on Twitter before we started talking about this. But like, if anything, there's no reason for her to be upset at that. If anything, it shows her to up her game because I've still got my fastball. I could still get those emojis.
She's like, damn, it was so much easier when that gay guy Shane was going after me. Now you have Nicole back in her life.
What's fucked up is she was more concerned about Shane.
Speaking of Shane, I mean, this is the part of the episode we're actually going to remember and care about. One of the weirdest overall ejections in challenge history, the electric
situation.
The whole situation is wild. So it starts with greasing Simone's hair for dandruff or something. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know what that's about.
I will gladly pretend. I will gladly pretend. I believe when a woman or man, really any person of any race, has braids in their hair, there is a certain amount that's exposed. So regardless of complexion, that gets dried out by the sun, so you kind of have to moisturize it the way you would moisturize so you don't get ashy elbows. And she wanted a little help. It's pretty disgusting. It's a pretty disgusting idea. But at the same time, like, if Simone was like, yo, I need you to lotion my body, like, people would do it.
Yeah, but I feel like there's got to be another product that's better than grease.
I don't know what, like.
Yo, my guess is like she took like the bacon grease from the food tray in the morning, and that's racist. What I'm picturing.
That sounds racist.
No, that's what I think of when I hear grease. Like, what other type of grease do you think of?
Dude, black women hair products that we know nothing about.
All right, maybe.
Apparently, they don't get their hair wet. I learned it was a big deal on The Bachelor.
I actually did know that.
So, yeah, I don't know this stuff. But, like, I kind of do. Yeah, that was wild. It's just a wild, like, thing to ask. Yeah. But, like, I can't believe it was a thing.
But Shane's a hairdresser. Is that right? Like, I mean, I think they kind of said that. Yeah. They said something like that in passing, and I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, that's what he does. He does hair.
All right, so I think it's somewhat reasonable that she asked him. I think it's wild to ask someone that you don't know very well, but a little more reasonable if he's a hairdresser.
If Shane is like, yo, I do hair, I imagine him snipping hair with scissors and doing a whimsical spin while, like, Donna Summer plays in the fucking salon. Yeah. And he just tells you look gorgeous.
And he just grabs it.
Not fucking, not black women's hair, not hair greasing, not braids.
Yeah,
that's what Shane does as, like, a gay man hairdresser.
Yeah.
And the thing about Shane is, I think, all right, we kind of already mentioned Tony. The Reigns boys run hot and cold. I think if the Reigns boys love you, there's no one better on your side. When the Reigns boys have like a beef or a vendetta against you, that's when shit hits the fan. For like not just them, they crater and leave like a fucking blast radius. And I don't know if MTV could get the footage, and it's a little they don't want to show it because it involved like him hitting a girl, which was obviously fucked up. But like that whole scene where they're talking about her clawing his face, there's a champagne bottle getting broken. Like it sounds like absolute chaos on that fucking in that crow's nest or whatever it is.
Yo, it was wild. It's wild that they didn't have cameras there. Like that's weird. Not even a stationary camera. You didn't have some kind of camera set up there at all. And you made it a point to say, all right, well, hey, we're going to go downstairs and take the camera, but leave a security guard in case you need it.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense, because otherwise you would just be like, yeah, we're going to go downstairs. You're regular ass adults. Like, we'll just leave you guys to sit here. Like, something's not being told.
Yeah, no, I think we're definitely missing something. But also, too, you put anybody in a enclosed space with alcohol and something's bound to happen. But what do these guys have to complain about? The Redemption House seems like it's a pretty dope situation.
For everyone except Darrell. Darrell's like, Darrell is straight. Darrell might come back and kill everyone on this whole thing because he is in prison right now. Yeah. They just show him working out. Everyone else is drinking, getting fucked up, having a little party. And he is just doing like straight up prison workouts with like substandard equipment and just like walking around fuming. He might come back and rip someone's head off. He could be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree with that. I hope he does.
I feel like Darrell didn't get the camper until after this challenge. Was like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, I just need, like, like you need a pity purchase when you're just in a mood. He just had to spend like weeks with these fucking idiots by himself in the Redemption House. A listener, Derek, tweeted at us that apparently Darrell was just laughing and lifting while they were kicking everyone out of the house. You could just see him just doing that. So rough for Darrell. I'm at a couple friends' places watching this episode. I also watch Game of Thrones with them on Sunday. They don't watch either show. And I'm like, yeah, the idiots on this show are crazier than like the people without dicks having sex that you watch on Sunday night. And these people are in real life. So it's this is a really fucked up show, man. Like, if you just think about what we podcast about, it's a really fucked up show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you got to say about that.
I mean, like, I don't have anything too
living up to the most of their potential.
I
think they're all living up to the most of their potential.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of them.
Agreed. And as Randy, which by the way, the name Randy is just, if your name Randy, I love you. I have to love you if your name is Randy. Randy Jerko. This Shane Cat has been on like 3 episodes, has been eliminated once, and bounced for fighting his brother and a girl. I mean, Shane's batting 1,000 in terms of just crazy
Shane
chaos.
is done. We will never see Shane again.
We'll never see Shane again. The electric factory is closed. The lights are out. Yeah, it's all over.
Shane is going to go down as one of the all-time busts in challenge history. So much potential. And just blew it all. The Ryan Leaf of the challenge.
Wow.
That couldn't be a better comparison.
That's a great. It would be like if Ryan Leaf was Eli Manning and he had a brother who like was awesome but was always on, and then he gets kicked. It's over. I guess that probably opens the door for the other Shane. I feel like they couldn't have 2 Shanes back in the same episode, so hopefully this means our boy Charleston Shane, now Washington D.C. Shane, gets it open.
Imagine, and like if you just had 2 gay Shanes on the same show, they'd have to kiss. They would have to. I don't see how that show goes on without the 2 gay Shanes kissing. We were all hoping for it down the line, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think they give it a whirl too. I like to think they're both like experimental guys. I think they'd try it.
Well, we've seen, I can think off the top of my head, we've seen 2 girls make out. Have we ever seen 2 guys make out on a challenge? I can't remember. I can't recall it ever happening.
Guys making out? Yeah, I think there's definitely been.
That just became like a thing that could go on TV like 20 minutes ago. Without like people being totally fucking outraged, and they'll still be outraged.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't have it because they'd have to turn off MTV. Alabama wouldn't broadcast it as a state. They'd get all insulted, and then like none of them would know about My Super Sweet 16 to be able to go on there. Then MTV would go out of business. It's a whole cycle, and guys can't make out on the challenge because that's what this Shane was set up. Maybe it's his setup by the Alabama State Congress.
That is a good, like you said, teen mom breeding ground is Alabama, I feel, right? That's a good call on your part. And MTV is more likely to leave a camera up there with the drunk idiots getting into a fight and take the security guard downstairs than take the camera downstairs and leave the security guard upstairs. It's all adding up now. Fucking numbers are crunching. Fucking, what's his name? The dude from Hangover. It's the little math equation gif that we always see.
Alan.
That's what's going on.
Alan playing blackjack.
Yeah, they just had to. They couldn't let the 2 Shanes go at it. It would be too much. they weren't showing Beauty and the Beast because the one guy was gay for half a second.
That's true.
Like these guys going at it full steam. The whole thing would go out of business. Viacom's gone. Times Square's abandoned. It's Escape from New York.
And we're never getting paid to host the challenge down the road.
Yeah. No, we're definitely not. We're dead. We are dead.
Speaking of
post MTV apocalypse.
And Devin, I can't hear Devin's a smart guy anymore because if you I tweeted out, if you put Shane in a chokehold, you have to expect to get bit. Shane is the most obvious biter in the history of the challenge. That guy bites like that's his like push. People push to start a fight. He bites. He goes for the bite right off the jump. Blatantly.
No question about it. Shane's a biter. But if Devin actually knew how to put someone in a chokehold, he never would have been able to get bit because his arm wouldn't have been in a position that Shane could have bit him. So
would never survive on The Walking Dead.
No,
would never. First to go.
I feel like we're gonna have to have a choke off between Connor and Devin now. We already had the Corey arm wrestling match, which we can never let die.
Yo, imagine Devin come to the office and him and Connor took turns choking each other out while we just stood there and stopwatched it. Like, oh wow, it took 7 minutes to put him out. All right, wake Connor up. Connor, how long does it take?
I feel like people would want to see that.
Yeah, I would love to. Oh man, Mike us
up. At this point, I need to redeem myself, so I'm willing to do anything at this point.
I will say though that when Devin was like, yeah, and then he bit me, I was like, no, Shane, you're feeding in the fucking stereotypes.
Bad Shane. Bad Shane. And JJ, you called it out. Tony had the wildest spin zone of all time. Tony says, so my little bro gets sent home because he wouldn't put lotion in someone's hair. What the fuck? I mean, the ultimate spin zone ever. It's like, Tony, he hit a girl and he got like clawed to death and there were champagne bottles being broken over people's skulls. Like shit went fucking crazy up there.
Could you imagine if like they leaked it somehow? Like some producer was like, Tony, there's a redemption house and your brother was there, but he fought a woman and like he's gone. Tony would have gone crazy trying to burst through security. That's the one thing. Like Tony has no idea at this point in the show that like this whole outrage, like this whole thing has happened to his brother. So I hope the two sides come back together and tell him the tale of Shane that he then spins into this bullshit and then goes on his own tirade to get sent home.
I need Tony. I need to see video of Tony having to process this information. He's like, no, Shane got kicked off with me because we fought like 3 seasons ago. No, Tony, this happened like 2 days ago. And Tony has dead eyes. Let's just call it what it is. When Tony took those sunglasses off with us, those eyes were dead.
Dude, I wish we had video of that interview because I didn't know where he was going next. He was all over the place.
I thought he was going to punch me a few times.
I thought he was gonna hug you a few times though. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with.
It was wild. Me and him, I think we're like fucking blood brothers now.
I'm happy.
My beer.
He did. Tony took JJ's beer during the thing. He goes, "Oh, can I have a sip?" Just took it. And then he went out and got himself another one mid-interview. I don't know how much that came out on the podcast. He just left the room, got the beer, came back, and he probably would have just gotten like 3 or 4 more. But we had to wrap up.
The best was so like when they come to us, they come with like a handler. Shout to Eric. Good dude. So he's just like there to be like, hey, boom, like make all the introductions and he just like chills or tells us, if it's like before the season comes, like, can you guys just mention fucking Tuesday at 9, whatever. When Tony got up to leave the room, he looked at Eric and goes, what? I'm just going to the bathroom. And then left and just came back with a beer. So it was like, I realized tonight that the best like description, if this was a job to sell it to, it would be like, do you want to be in high school forever? Do you want to be in high school for the rest of your life? You could try to sneak out to get a beer. You could start gossiping. You could get on crushes. You get a crush and talk to your girlfriends about it at a sleepover every night. That's all this fucking is. It's just 10 weeks of 4 years of high school. Very quick.
Yes. And the guys who figure out and act like they're in college have just that slight advantage. Like CT and Bananas, like they've graduated high school, and that's why they have significant advantage over the rest of these kids. Because you're absolutely right.
Trip McNeely, you're a legend.
Yeah, seriously, that's how they look at him. Trip McNeely.
Speaking of legends, we had the CT return. Someone tweeted out, I think HBN Truth tweeted out that he thought CT would have to like beat someone to come back into the house, which I thought would have been cool. Guy just shows up, just as if nothing happened. Missed a challenge. I guess if you're the champion, you can do. I interviewed him quickly on Podfathers. Check it out, Podfathers on iTunes, Podfathers Show on Twitter. CT just came.
I thought that was good, by the way. I
Thanks.
thought it was a nice interview with him. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have as much time as I would have liked. I would have liked to have him on here as well, but the scheduling didn't work out. But it was kind of Dave Portnoy obviously interviewed him already and kind of got a lot of the inside stuff for the challenge. I thought a lot of that would have been redundant, but kind of seeing how CT has changed from the dude that eats people's faces off to like guy who's just way fucking chill, just chilling in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's just fed up with dealing with all these children, so he just wants to come defend his title and get the hell out of here.
CT's probably a dude who's like, wait, there's another gay Shane who can get crazy sometimes? That's wild. Like, he's evolved. He's lived through 2 Shanes now on the challenge. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has there ever been like a more of a letdown entrance than Brianna? I'm pretty sure everyone on that show, and I know I definitely did through like that whole thing for a while. I was like, is that just someone like there's some chick carrying his bag for him or something?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Like no idea. I think she got her boobs done or something. They were out. No one was even saying like hi to her at all. She was just going around like, hi, I'm a person here. Maybe.
I didn't even know
she had to introduce herself to everybody.
Yeah.
And like people like were on a show with her last season, and she still had to introduce herself to them. She's like, "No, I was on for a few episodes. I didn't."
That was great to get like just a reminder of that little bitch boy crying. Like, you got a girlfriend at home. I got so much going on. That actually was smart because that made me appreciate what we have now compared to watching those and that like rat-faced fuck Nate.
Is there anything more embarrassing? If you introduce yourself to someone and they're like, "Yeah, we've met," or if you introduce yourself and someone just has like you expect like they should know who you are and they have no idea. Like maybe you thought you met them before, but you haven't. Or am I just saying stupid things?
I'm like terrible with remembering people that I've met in general, and a lot of times it happens when you're drunk at night or whatever. You know what I mean? But it sucks.
I'm so good at faking that I remember. So good. When people are like, I'm like, yeah, it's people will come up and say like, yo, what's up? I mean, you guys have been out, like you get like, especially if I'm at like a Yankee game, and I will just be like, yeah, what's up, man? And I just assume like they know me from like some stupid video. But then when someone's like, yeah, no, like I'm Jason's friend, we met like a bunch of times, I don't give a shit about this Barstool thing. I'm like, yeah, dude, no, I knew that. I knew that. Yeah. Dude, yeah, we fucking smoked Black and Milds. It was crazy.
The worst is when you have someone go, oh, no, you don't remember me. And I'll go, oh, no, I remember you because there's a million people you meet through the job, through just friends, whatever it may be. And then they'll be like, all right, so we'll like, and then they start like questioning you, and you're like, you have to be a fucking loser to like try to run down and prove that you fucking know me. Get the fuck out of my face.
Just you're proving why I don't want to know you. If you start quizzing me on why I should know you.
It's like, oh, I might have met you, and then I Men in Black flashy thing myself because I don't ever want to know you again, and those people are the worst. But yeah, Brianna, welcome back. Brianna has the big boobs, and they like everyone saw the big boobs and goes, "Oh yeah, I remember Brianna." But they should have showed her ream Brendan out for leaving because it made me actually like kind of like her again, even though I could care less about her in the show.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, Corey,
we need to mention real quick. We should definitely mention our girl Camilla. Repping the brand.
Repping the brand. She hooks up with Corey, so she's repping her brand of hooking up with Corey, which is, and I love how, like, again, MTV had fucking cameras like to and from the beach, yet they didn't have cameras where there was a gaggle of people ready to tear each other's faces off. Yeah. Gets caught red-handed and repping the brand. The Saturdays are for the boys shirt. Shout out Camilla. She took like a trash bag of Barstool stuff last time she was in the office.
Every time she's in the office, she takes
Dude, every
so
time
much shit.
When she was there a few weeks ago, she comes up from the second floor, and she had a handful. She must have had no less than 15 shirts. And then she told Bananas, who came the following week, she was like, yeah, they should get like backpacks, and then you can just like stuff even more stuff in a backpack, and you can just leave with like a goodie bag backpack.
Yep.
Like, okay.
I told CT, I said, CT's like, yeah, I heard she took like a trash bag of stuff. I go, no, she literally took an empty trash bag from a garbage that was empty and filled it with shirts, like a trash bag worth of shit. Like it might as well have been a robber with a fucking money sign on it. It was that kind of like thievery, but shout out for wearing the shirts, spreading the brand. I'm sure it'll hopefully sell a few shirts, and hopefully
we should put a new rule in place. If you come and you want to take mad shit like that, you got to wear it out like Friends. Like Joey and Chandler. Wear it.
Yes.
You got to, Camilla, you take fucking 20 shirts. You just got to wear them all out.
Yeah.
And I want to
you get a picture. You get pictures of people doing that.
And I got to see those fucking shirts on whatever the next. I know that's the thing. The thing is, Camilla, I feel like she's not quitting the challenge anytime soon. So those shirts should have like a good 5 seasons left in them where she can wear them. So I want to see them on TV, Camilla, if you're listening.
We just need to have her say like on TV, barstoolsports.com/store.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
I mean, like we said, the challenge kind of stunk. Connor. How are you at Captain Hardo? How are you at sitting on things that kind of moved? Thing is, like, people would have been rifling tomatoes at your face probably, so that wouldn't have made your life any easier.
I would have been a big target, but I don't know. That was just one of those things where it's just like a weird position, so it was just a stamina thing, I think. So,
you just got to get in a position that you're in no way able to prepare for. It's like there's a lot of luck with like the positioning, and it's one of those things like once you start to go, you just like let yourself go, because it looked like at times it almost looked like some of them were jumping off because like they just knew it was done,
right?
And smoked in the face with tomatoes. But like again, I don't want us to breeze past like the important part that like Nicole went out and performed like a superior athlete who's taken some time off to regroup, refocus,
better herself,
come in strong.
She performed like she's taking a lot of shit to her face.
Beautiful kisses, probably. Like gentle, tender kisses.
I was just happy my girl wasn't getting roasted. By the way, the Jenna, JJ ripped it apart because she said it was a cheap hotel.
Yeah, that was bad.
If you bring the thunder, you bring the thunder, though. Like she can make a Howard Johnson look like a fucking Ritz-Carlton, in my opinion.
Clem, like at this point, what does she have to do to redeem herself with us? Not in life, but with the three of us and this show.
See, like, if you're saying, like, coming on the show or whatever, that's not going to do it because she...
No, that's not going to cut it.
Well, I understand. I mean, let's not like that. She was, like, fucking... promised she was going to, like, give us all $1 million and bailed on us. She said she was going to go on the show.
I just don't see myself enjoying her at any point in time.
Dario did the same thing once upon a time. Am I wrong? I don't see Dario getting shit on every opportunity. My issue with Jenna is the alleged homeless hookup, which is just a tough look for anyone. I'm not here to slut shame, body shame, any kind of shame, homeless shame. I'm not looking to do that here. I don't want to get accused of that. I just want to say, if like anyone I was friends with was hooking up with a homeless person, it's a rough fucking look. That's all I'm trying to say. So, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think she has to do? Fucking.
I was going to say, so your answer is there was no answer. So I don't know.
I just tried to talk around it just so I didn't have an answer.
There's no way I ever enjoy her as a person.
I can't. You know what? And Nicole was an absolute delight when she was on the show. That's all I can say. But hey, you know what? Tori came on the show. She was a delight. She was an Are You the One person.
Everyone has been.
Yeah, everyone has been. So we'll see how it goes.
To say Tony was electric would be an understatement.
Terrifying, but electric. He was like an electric.
I thought it was even funnier watching Bananas like just continuously look at Tony, and you could see it in Bananas' face. Like, yeah, I can't even explain this right now.
Yeah.
So let's talk. We're talking about our guests. Let's talk about our future guests.
Let's do it.
Jemmy and Anissa, I think both want a shot at the belt.
Jemmy wants.
What's with everyone giving a shit? Like, I don't think we've ever been like overtly mean to Anissa.
I said she looks like Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly. Someone called me sexist.
You've been saying she looks like Rihanna for years.
Yeah, Rihanna. What I said, she looks like one of the most beautiful women in the world. I don't understand what I've done.
I don't get it.
And yeah, there's if there's any body shaming going on, it's us at ourselves. Me and JJ are talking about doing Camilla's workout and like just basically being miserable, having to shed some lbs here. So
I said I would go see Anissa dance, where she performs some kind of dancing. It might be ballet. I don't know the details, but I said I would go and be supportive to a woman who looks like Rihanna.
Right. And I don't know that we've ever even mentioned Jemmy's name on this show. Quite honestly.
No, that's Tony. She's heated at Tony.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
See, this is the thing. And we heard Jemmy wants to come on. And Jemmy, we'd love to have you on in the future. This was a rough week because I was traveling and we had to get the thing up. But like, I didn't understand what the fuck Tony was talking about, and we were in the same room as him. So I guess there was some he was talking about the quadruple triangle. That still doesn't make sense to me, by the way. I've tried to figure it out since. I guess he said Jemmy was in it or in some triangle, maybe saying they hooked up. I don't know. She wants to redeem herself. I've always been a Jemmy fan, even going back to her New Orleans.
It's wild that of all those chicks, Jemmy's the one who's like, no, Tony, I didn't get with you. Maybe Jenna, maybe Camilla. Fucking who knows who else?
But
not me.
Hey, man, Jemmy's a firecracker, though. That's what she's been a firecracker since back in the day. So
she's got to step it up this season, because if it wasn't for coming on the show, she's in the like, wait, are you here? You know, she's like stay, but she's also staying out of the mix, which may keep you safe for a bit.
Yeah, that's the Jenna style where you stay under the radar and you stay on. So, I mean, hey, I'd love to have Jemmy on. If she ever wants to come on, we'll try to work it out. I don't think Anissa really has the itch to come on the show, but if she wants, then whatever. I mean, I really don't care. Again, there's certain people and challenges you're excited to see, certain people you're not excited to see, and that's just the way it goes. We're an honest podcast here. I think we're all on. I think that's you call us whatever you want. I think we're just honest, regular dudes. That's kind of how we work. So, I don't know. And we'd love to have more people on. Jenna, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on too. Well, I'll speak for myself on that one, I guess.
I'd like to get our pal TJ back on if we could.
Yeah, I'd love to have TJ back on for sure. Maybe after this season we can get like a little retrospective since he's had him on last. I feel like the dude's always doing something new every fucking day. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know who was the people. I know Brianna, Corey, Leroy, Veronica, and Jemmy were all on the chopping block. I think there's someone else in there too.
No, I think everyone was. I think like that was the twist. Is like I have no idea what's going on. Like TJ's just. There are points where I'm like, yo, TJ, did a producer even tell you to say this, or are you just coming out like anyone could go home? Fuck it.
I think I would put that much trust in TJ at this point. So if he's being the puppeteer behind this whole show, then I support that.
I'm kind of surprised TJ has never like talked a person out of being on the show. Like, nah, man, you can do so much more with your life. Like, just while the cameras are off.
Yeah, because
he's always picking up like homeless people and shit.
He's out there trying to do good, but I think, like you said, this is the best that most of these people can do. Is this show?
Based on the limited I've seen of him or of anyone, TJ's the closest thing to Jesus Christ that I see on a daily basis. The guy's just looking to do good for people, and like not just like good for like regular people. Like he's picking up homeless people. He's not hooking up with homeless people. Let me make that clear. But he's picking up homeless people. He's talking about wanting to be a fireman one day, shit like that. The dude's like worth a shitload of money. Gets paid vacations as his job. He's the fucking man.
Yeah, but Clem, how are you gonna not acknowledge the actual walking Messiah right now within your organization?
Yeah. Well, Tim Tebow's raking. What can I say? He's baseball Jesus. TJ can be reality show. Maybe Jesus has taken many different forms right now. And there's our reality show Jesus and our TV show Jesus. I don't know, man. It's weird times.
Yep.
MVP, LVP of the episode.
Oof.
My LVP of the episode is going to be the government of Alabama for setting up Shane. Because just something's up. Like, I want it. Like, obviously, Shane, you hit this chick. You're the LVP. But, like, real LVP, the real losers tonight are us, the fans, who are having things hidden from them. Because that footage is out there. Let me see what happened. Let me see Shane bite Devin. Give it to
because me. You know what? If we take it back, I think, like, you know, MTV really started the progressive reality TV movement way back when they started Real World. So I do think that MTV can set in motion change in our society. So if we were going to get more acceptance of people like Shane,
gay guys smacking chicks.
No, I don't. No, not accepting of that. We on No Quitters do not condone women being hit by men ever. I'm saying the Shane on Shane action that we were talking about earlier, that you think the government of Alabama is squashing. So
yeah,
this is the InfoWars No Quitters podcast right now. We're really going down some deep dives.
So yeah, Shane's the LVP, and us and society and Alabama.
Fair enough. Connor?
Can't argue with that. As I said, we don't condone hitting women. So Shane, yep. LVP.
I guess that's an auto LVP. You get Shane. MVP?
I'm going to give it to a tie between CT for just like coming in and just walking in late and like, yep, nope, I'll just win this one. No problem. And Tori, because she's a tough looking bitch up there.
She's ride or die, and she's talking about the boyfriend a little much. A few people said that, which is like, all right, my boyfriend. But she's a badass chick, man. I told you guys.
It's high school forever. Remember being in high school? People would just be like, my boyfriend.
Yeah. The idea of a boyfriend was
school.
more important than actually having a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Connor?
So I would agree with CT and Tori as well for those reasons.
I'm going to go MVP. Our listeners, they've had our backs forever. They had our backs this week. They had our backs when we were getting roasted. The whole nine. Let's be honest. We've said it before. This is not a fucking lie. We only do this show for you guys. Like, this season looks like it might be better. We didn't want to do it after the last season and the season before that. We were ready to cut bait, and we had people saying, I love you guys. I love listening to the show. And we said we can't. And the whole fucking punchline of the show is, if you don't quit on us, we won't quit on you. So we're not quitting on you guys, and we're doing this for you. So shout out you guys. You guys, like I said a million times, people who appreciate the humor of the challenge and the people that watch it and talk about it like we do are the funniest. They have a sense of humor that is like the best sense of humor in the world. They're funny people and can appreciate comedy like the nonsense we watched tonight. And just the thought of Shane biting Devin's arm. It's like, like JJ said, I need to see Shane biting his arm, and I need to see Shane getting hit in the head with a champagne bottle. That's all I need to see, MTV.
Definitely. Both those two things. I don't want to see him hitting a woman, but I'd love to see him biting someone.
And the two Shanes kissing, because it would just be so hilarious.
I'm telling you guys.
It'd be like, that's the Shanes. Imagine meeting two dudes, and they're like, no, we're gay, and we're a couple, and we're Shane.
Shane and Shane. It's like Agent Johnson and Agent Johnson in Die Hard. I kind of like that. I kind of want Agent Johnson to kiss now, too. I'm in a big guy's kiss.
I got to find... Can I put it on like Craigslist? Like, I'm looking for two gay guys named Shane who are in a couple. I just want to meet you. It's not weird.
You know what? You could, because I don't think it'd be even close to the weirdest thing you put on Craigslist.
True.
We'll save that one for a future episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
anything else?
We nailed this one, guys.
Anything else to talk about, guys? Anything to plug? Anything? It's July. It's summer. Anything you want to talk about or bring up?
Yeah, I just want to promote the Yankees World Series parade. Early November. Check Facebook for updates.
Connor.
I'm guest bartending tomorrow night for a local New Jersey charity.
So Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
So if you're listening to this, it's tonight.
Thatcher McGee's in New Jersey, Route 46.
What town in New Jersey?
Fairfield, New Jersey.
Fairfield, New Jersey.
Yep.
Thatcher McGee's.
Is there a big like Wednesday night charity drinking crew?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
It's such an odd day, I feel like, to have you do it.
Yeah.
So if you're a listener in the New Jersey area and you want to meet Captain Cons, go support the cause, and challenge him to an arm wrestling match and record it. And if you beat him, post it, send it to @NoQuitters on Twitter. If you lose, you can delete it. Don't worry about it. We don't need to see it. But if you beat him, send it to us. And if he refuses to arm wrestle you, send that as well. So
I'm in.
So that's it. That's it for the show. And hopefully next week we didn't have elimination this week. Hopefully it gets a little better than it was today. And we figure out what the fuck's going on with the Redemption House, whatever. Hopefully Darrell just keeps winning and gets to eliminate Corey down the road. But as always, don't quit on us. We won't quit on you.